You found your
obviously
convention. What
found
next?
What
Where
next?
do you stay? I have a funny story about this. One of my first times at PAX East, I think my first time at PAX East, I ended up getting an Airbnb because I was alone and it was much cheaper. But the problem was I needed to travel 30 minutes to get to the convention by Uber and back. So the fact that the Airbnb was cheaper than a hotel, I ended up spending more time and more money. Now, I know hotels are expensive and I know it can be scary, but try to book early. You can book a hotel a little bit away. Sometimes you can double check if there's a good subway system or something. But believe me, during the convention, and we'll talk about it later, like you can get overwhelmed. You're not used to seeing all the people. It's so much to do. It's loud, the lights, you're not sleeping much, you're partying, you're talking to people. Sometimes it feels really nice to just go back to your hotel room in the middle of the day.
Decompress.
And lie down on your bed. And if your hotel or Airbnb is really far, it could be a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, for sure. Though another big thing to think about for rooming, especially if you're going to a bigger convention, is that these conventions open up their hotel blocks months and months and months in advance. So if you're like, I want to go to Anime Expo for the first time, if you're like planning on going and you haven't booked a hotel yet for this year, you might be actually like 30 minutes out in an Airbnb because the hotels fill up. Some of them fill up in a matter of minutes, like for some of these bigger conventions.
The reason it happens is because the convention usually lets the people that are showing at the convention, let's say it's like an E3 or something in the past, right? They would instantly tell the people at the convention, and then, for example, then Ubisoft would book for their employees, for their people, for the people working the con, for the people coming to do the presentations. That's why industry kind of gets to book it first. That's why usually it seems weird when the moment something is announced, suddenly it's already sold out. That's because everybody who's showing already bought their stuff.
I think that might be for more of the like E3 kind of stuff, but that's not really the case with just regular anime conventions. But they still do sell out like very, very quickly. So if you're like planning on going to anything that is like I said, a bigger convention, one of the top 10 conventions of North America, like make sure you are getting your ticket or getting your hotel. Like if you make sure you check when they're opening up the hotel blocks, and unfortunately you might have to like camp and be on the phone ready to, or on the website F5 refreshing to get that slot. But if we could give you an advice, try to figure out early what convention you want to go to. Try to book everything early, because for example, you and I, we just booked our Japan tickets. Not very in advance, and it's expensive. And they were pretty pricey,
so I really recommend, if you can. I know it sounds, not spontaneous and not fun, but hey, do you want to save money or do you want spontaneity? You gotta pick one.
But I mean, so you said you stayed 30 minutes away. Is that the furthest you've ever stayed from a convention?
From now on, I try to book like the closest I can to the convention.
Yeah.
And speaking of, a lot of these conventions, Offkai, it's at the airport. It's awesome. So you just fly in, and then there's a million hotels at the airport, and I'm excited. Yeah. And I've noticed nowadays a lot of conventions will usually have a ton of hotels by them. So even if, your hotel is expensive, there's usually other ones near you that are cheaper. One really big, it's a hack, I guess. You can try to find one friend. And I know sometimes it's hard. I don't know a friend who's going. This is, again, my extrovert coming out. Talk to your other friends. But if you just get 2 beds and you're on one bed and your pal's on the other bed, that slashes the price a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, this is not my proudest moment, but I
already know where this is going.
What do you mean? I was broke.
You're
broke,
6
broke.
girls in 2 hotel beds, aren't you?
If only it were just 6.
And one girl on the floor, allegedly.
Yeah, totally not another person in the closet and then another person in the bathtub.
That is crazy.
I have stayed in some really, 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 really tight rooms before. And as much as I don't know, I think it can be great if maybe you are on that tight of a budget and if you trust these people. like so much. But I've had some horror stories where like I am not a partier. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm shy.
Oh, and they like bring a random girl at 3 a.m. to also sleep on your floor. Oh.
No, they just are coming to bring, they're like, oh, we're not done partying. Let's bring the party back to our place. And I'm like, no. Yeah, it's it can be definitely a lot. And then he will also never have enough room keys for that many people.
Ever. Because they usually give you, I think, maximum 4 room keys. And you're not, by the way, like, again, we're not advocating that you stay that many people in a hotel room because I think the hotels also have a policy that if there's more than 2 beds and you're more than 4 people staying, that they can charge you more or they can kick you out or things like that. So be super mindful if you are allegedly staying, more than 4 people to 2 beds. Don't really careful. Also, I know it could be really exciting to try and save, $50, but you've really got to be careful because I have heard horror stories of people stealing.
Yes,
I've also heard horror stories of people not ended up splitting the bill, right? Where you had to pay the bill and everybody had to split it. And then because it's a friend of a friend, they just disappear and block everybody on Twitter and, or that, maybe you're 4 people, right? 2 in a bed. And then somebody is like, oh, my friend doesn't have a place to stay. My friend, she just broke up with her boyfriend. Can she sleep on our floor? You say yes. And then the next night you come over and the friend, she's sleeping on your bed. And you're like, hey, girl, you get back on the floor.
Get on the floor.
Get back on the floor, girl. Like, I don't know you like that.
You pull out the spray bottle. You're like, psst, psst, get bad. Get on the floor.
I know it could be extremely, enticing to save a little bit of money. But please consider rooming with. Also, just if one person snores, people are in the bathroom forever. If anything happens, I remember this one time I was rooming with this one girl. She wasn't my friend. She was a friend of a friend. She just every night would call her boyfriend back home to argue with him. And like, and we were just trying to sleep and she was too scared to like go to the lobby and talk to him. So she would talk to him in the bathroom, but we could all hear and like, girl, let me sleep. I'm just trying to go to some panels. I'm just trying to listen to.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I had a friend, she and I were in a cosplay group together, except she actually was taking like 4 hours long in the bathroom to get ready. And I was like, we're missing the thing we were supposed to go to because you're still getting ready for your cosplay.
What about the rest of us? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I need to get ready. I need to put on my stuff. I eventually left without her. Like I would come back throughout the day and she would still be getting ready. It was crazy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
If you can, find one friend that you trust. Or, 3 friends is also pretty good because then what you do is you just flip a coin to see who shares the bed. And maybe you get lucky and you get the good coin flip twice in a row and you're like, sorry, everybody.
Sorry, snooze, you lose. Well,
yeah, snooze, you lose.
I mean, just don't snooze because, you don't sleep.
Another thing about hotels and Airbnbs, this, depending how long this video stays up, but a few years ago, I genuinely feel that Airbnb seemed really worth it with enough friends. You could really have a good deal. It was nice. You had your fridge. You can cook. You can have people over. I've stayed in some Airbnbs lately where it's like, you are not allowed to go in after a certain time. No noise. They have no coffee machine, no blankets, nothing. You can't get room service, whatever, food service. And if you have even one friend in your hotel, like in Airbnb, if you even have one friend over, they can kick you out. And another thing about Airbnb, sometimes you have to check out at like 10 a.m. And you can only check in at 5 or something. Whereas a hotel, you can get a late checkout, 1, 2 p.m. You can check in usually a little bit early. You can order room service. You can have, as long as you're not making a lot of noise. I've sometimes been in a hotel room with a lot of people, a little bit more than we're supposed to have, and it was fine as long as you don't make a lot of noise and you don't. So just be mindful of that. Make sure you do your research. But it does seem lately like a lot of hotels seem really, really worth it.
I stayed in my first Airbnb last year. For a convention. I stayed with a friend and she actually had to go home early, her and the other people staying. And so I was like, okay. But the Airbnb host got the date wrong that that we were leaving.
I think you told me about that. They just walked in, right?
The guy just walked in.
Yeah, I've heard these horror stories.
I'm like, why are you here? Like, he didn't even knock.
Yeah,
to make sure that we were gone.
Yeah.
And he comes in and I'm just like, oh, we still have another day here. And he was like, oh, okay. I'm just going to drop this couch off, and then left. And I'm like, what if I was naked? Oh my God.
I've actually heard, again, we're not here to, rag on Airbnb. I think Google does it enough. Just be careful, because I have heard a lot of these horror stories. And for me personally, I have sometimes had to check out from Airbnbs at 10 a.m. and a hotel. Let's say you check out at 1 p.m. and your flight's at 9 p.m. You can usually leave your bags at the hotel.
Oh, yes.
But Airbnb, forget it. Like you're basically dragging your bags around.
After that, I was like, this is only my one time staying in an Airbnb, and I feel I never will do it again.
I'm actually
I must have to
change very quickly in our, because I have a little document of stuff. This next thing, I want to mention it.
Okay.
Everything is expensive at a hotel. If you get room service, if you get bottles of water, if you get anything at the con, also expensive. This is my trick at every single convention. Ooh. Find a CVS or a grocery store, buy a big jug of water, big bottles of water, buy a ton of chocolate snacks, a ton of protein bars, whatever it is. Well, you know what I mean? Buy the Twix, the Mars, because whatever
will get you through the day.
Yeah, sometimes you'll wake up and you won't be making plans with your friends until much later, or maybe your friends are going to sleep in. Maybe like by the time you have to leave the apartment or the hotel, it's going to take a while. But you have a few protein bars. You have maybe some mixed nuts. You have some pretzels. You have some chips. Usually hotel rooms will sometimes have a microwave, so you can get, microwavable snacks. But just try to get kind of shelf stable foods that you can snack on in your hotel, and they're going to be way cheaper than anything else you can get.
Oh yeah, that's huge. I definitely always try to bring like a carton of not energy drinks, like Gatorade,
Bars.
Powerade and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the ones that have a little bit of electrolytes, because you'll be doing a lot of standing, you'll be doing a lot of walking, a lot of just like, stuff that maybe if you're a little hikikomori like me, you don't want to do often. So
yep.
It's like Matara said, it's really good. Even if you're traveling, even if you travel in there, like just kind of Google Maps, like the closest convenience store or not convenience, drugstore by you, and like see if you can pick up just a few snacks that will hold you over throughout the day, because con prices are so expensive. They'll have the pizza slices for $6 or whatever.
That's cheap for a pizza slice at a con.
You think so?
At a con, you could easily spend $20 on like a little nothing, Bottle of water could be $5. Bring an empty bottle of water and just fill it up a million times at the con.
Yeah.
They might, if it's full, they might make you throw it out before you get into the con. So just empty it. Empty bottle of water. Fill it up.
I've never had that happen.
I have that sometimes. It depends on the. Yeah, please. It's such a little hack that I never see people do. When I first land at any convention, I instantly go to a grocery store or a CVS, and every time I'll see people be like, "Oh, I'm so thirsty, but a bottle of water in my hotel room is $4. Go get a bottle of water across the street. It's gonna cost you 50 cents. What are you doing? So get that done on the first day.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and also if your room has a microwave, just go get some little people. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say something that people will really, really hate.
Say it.
You can put their water in a mug and then heat it in the microwave.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I'm so sorry. And then you can, because a lot of hotels in North America do not have kettles.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to do it. You have to microwave the water. Microwave the water and make your ramen. Don't microwave the ramen unless it's microwave. Have you heard about that? How people were like,
I thought all ramen was microwavable.
That's the problem. People thought that like the little styrofoam things were microwavable, but they're not. They haven't been. And only recently did they create, like they started releasing microwavable cups for them. And people were like,
microwaving ramen forever.
I know. People were like, wait, they weren't microwavable before?
Oh, shoosh.
Now we all know why Matara is the way she is.
Yeah. This explains the brain cells I've been losing. All the ramen I've heated up in the microwave. Oh my God.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Now, yep.
What's next? I'm not supposed to drink bleach?
Oh, I have a bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, so recently,
am I not supposed to smell paint? Am I not supposed to smell paint when it's drying?
Okay, but I love the smell of gasoline.
Me too. Oh my God, my favorite nail polish remover.
Oh. Okay, when you go to.
Smell your nail polish remover.
One of my other favorite smells is when I go to like a Home Depot, like a home. How do you say a home development store?
Yeah, Home Depot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good in there.
What smells good in there?
I think it's like the tires and like just
I
all
love the smell of tires.
I know.
The smell of
the smell of tires in the morning. Fresh tires, freshly picked from the junkyard.
They grow on the tire tree.
Oh, mommy, where do tires come from?
You see, baby.
When a car loves another car very much.
What is this episode? I love it. Good one.
Oh, that was
Please
a good
don't smell acetone or anything like that, and don't microwave your ramen. Apparently,
don't microwave your ramen.
Don't live your life. You know.
Just suffer until it's your time to go.